Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education based IHSAA varsity girls basketball game. Tonight's radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO, that's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from The Kendall and Casey Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1, or you can go to WIBC.com. Tonight's game is going to feature the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies as they travel to Noblesville, nearby Noblesville, Hamilton County, represented here tonight. Getting ready for basketball. Um, JV game just concluded. The varsity's out on the floor, just under 7 minutes left in pregame warm-up. Lady Huskies started out with their striped pants. They started out with the orange and white, and we'll mention the Millers start out. They just come out with their overshirt on. We'll talk a little bit about each school. We'll mention a little bit about the administration and what's going on at each school. First, we'll talk about the visiting team on the scoreboard. That's the Hamilton Heights Huskies. Huskies have an enrollment of 687. They're in Class 3A, Sectional 24. There are six in that sectional. Alphabetically, they are Connorsville, Lady Spartans; Delta, Lady Eagles; Hamilton Heights, Lady Huskies; Jay County, Lady Patriots; Newcastle, Lady Trojans; and the Yorktown, Lady Tigers. And we'll mention the principal at Hamilton Heights is Whitney Gray. The assistant principal is Mitch Street. The dean of students is Lori Hippensteel. The athletic director is Kurt Ogden. The athletic department manager is Lee Ann Moffett. Hamilton Heights High School is located at 25802 at State Road 19, Arcadia, Indiana. That's 46030. You can dial them by telephone at 317 984 3551. On the website, it's www.hhschuskies.org/athletic. They wear the collars orange, white, and brown. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Athletic. They have an East Division and a West Division. Presently, it's like this in the girls' basketball. Hamilton Heights, they're 1 win, 0 losses. Western, they are 1-1. Logansport, 0-1. Tipton, 0-1. In the West Division, it's Central Catholic. They're 2-0. And we'll mention Rensselaer Central. They're 1-0. Twin Lakes Lady Indians are 1-1. Benton Central, the Bison, they have not played a game as of yet. And the West Lafayette Lady Red Devils are 0-3. Again, we'll mention the Hamilton Heights Huskies are 1 win, 0 losses on the season. They got that win on Tuesday night. That was the 11th. It was a decisive win over Frankton. The head coach for the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies is Erin Trimpe. She's working in year number 2 at Hamilton Heights. She's now 6-17 with that win, and overall 55-59 as a 6-year coach in her 6th year. We'll mention the next game on the agenda for the Lady Huskies is going to happen tomorrow night, the 15th of November, 6 o'clock and 7:30 for the varsity. It'll be the Jay County Lady Patriots against the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. That will be at Hamilton Heights tomorrow night. Now let's learn a little bit about the Noblesville Lady Millers. Millers enrollment right here at Noblesville High School is 3,208. They have a Class 4A sectional number 8, and that sectional will be at Carmel sectional. And I will also mention in their sectional is they are the Zionsville Lady Eagles, Fishers Lady Tigers, Hamilton Southeastern Lady Royals, Westfield Lady Shamrock, Noblesville Lady Millers, and the Carmel Lady Greyhounds. The principal at Noblesville High School is Dr. Janae Mobley. The athletic director is Leah Woldridge, and the athletic secretary, I should say the administrative assistant, is Bobby Davis. Noblesville High School is located at 18111. That's Cumberland Road, Noblesville, Indiana, 46060. And on the website, it's noblesvillemillers.com. They wear the collars black and gold, and they perform in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, not to be mistaken for the Hoosier Athletic Conference. In the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, they are Zionsville, the Zionsville Eagles, Brownsburg Bulldogs, Fishers Tigers, Hamilton Southeastern Royals, Westfield Shamrocks, Noblesville Millers, Avon, I believe the Avon, to double check there, Avon Orioles, I do believe. And then the Franklin Central, I think the Lady Cubs. And don't quote me, but I believe so. But we'll also mention Noblesville Lady Millers are 2 wins, 0 losses on the season. Their head coach is Miss Donna Buckley. Donna Buckley, she's working in year number 18 at Noblesville overall, 26th season. She has a wonderful record, very much so. And we'll mention the next game on the agenda for the Millers, Friday, November 21st, 6 o'clock and 7:30 for the varsity. Brownsburg Lady Bulldogs they'll be right here with the Lady Millers of Noblesville. Clock rolling down, just almost a minute left. And I will mention games that happened last night in the Hoosier Conference. There were three, I believe three, we'll mention. It was supposed to be Christ Central at Tipton. It was, and I believe so. And then Logansport Lady Berries were at Twin Lakes Lady Indians. And then 7:30 started, it was Rensselaer Central Lady Bombers at the Tri-County Lady Cavaliers. Several games on the agenda for tomorrow night, but tonight in the Hoosier Conference, just one game, 7:30 start. It's Hamilton Heights and Noblesville. As the clock rolls down, and they divulge the light. Learned that word from Mr. Newcomb. So clock rolling down, 20 seconds on the game clock, getting ready for the national anthem. And Millers and the Huskies. Very little light in the gym right now. You can see the Millers right there on the scorer's bench a couple of times. We have a bit in for Noblesville out on center court. They have arched Millers opposite sides of the court showing each crowd. In honor of the greatest Miller fan of all time. We'll set this down, see if you can hear. dedication, we're going to stand, honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. We'll set this down to the national anthem. The national anthem, it was instrumental, but I'm guessing it was recording of the Noblesville Millers band. They performed well on basketball nights, but not tonight. So they're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups, and we'll do just the same. We'll mention starting lineups tonight for the visiting team, the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. Starting tonight, she wears number 3. She's 5'8" tall. She got 8 points versus Frankton. That's Addison Bloom. Also starting, wearing number 10. She's 5'5" tall. She got 16 points. And she shot 70% from the field. That's Bailey Eisel. Wearing number 12, 5'7". And she's a junior. She's got 5 points. Cameron Rote. Wearing number 23. Wearing number 23 tonight. She's 6'1". She got 19 points. That's Riley Suarez. She's a freshman. Wearing number 44, 5'11" freshman. She chipped in with 5 points on Tuesday night. That's Zoe Curry. The head coach is Aaron Trimpe. Now the starting lineup for the Noblesville Millers. Noblesville Millers will start like this. Wearing number 3, 5'10" senior. Got 19 points in 2 ball game average. It's Allie Hutchinson. Wearing number 5, she's 5'8" tall. She's a junior class member. She got 3.5 points average. That's Ellie Moat. Wearing number 13, 5'5" sophomore, 10 points average. It's Maya Blow. Wearing number 22, she's 5'6", a sophomore, 2 points. She's a starter. That's Nora Teacher. And wearing number 43, 6'2" senior. She averages 22 points per game. That's TC Quigley. And those are the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. As they divulge their lights again to introduce the Millers, the home game, rightfully so. So they're getting ready for basketball. They've got 8 minutes on the game clock. We'll mention this game is in part being viewed tonight by Erica's Place. You would really enjoy their dining experience at Erica's Place. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Join them in Cicero at 40 West Jackson Street, or you can join them at Noblesville by the bridge there at 654 Logan Street. You can dine in or carry out. Excellent breakfast menu served all day. Great sandwiches and salads, and a nice dinner menu. All meals are served fresh and hot. That's Erica's Place, Cicero, and Noblesville. So they're getting ready to jump it up right now, getting ready for some basketball. We're going to jump it up tonight for the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. It's going to be Riley Suarez, number 23, jumping up for Noblesville. Number 43, CC Quigley. So it's going to be a freshman jumping against the Millers senior. So 6'1", Suarez. 6'2", Quigley. Here comes the toss. Toss is a bit tall, and they get it on the way down. It's going to be controlled by Hamilton Heights in the front court. In the front court outside, moving the basketball, going to the left, right corner baseline, and move back around to Suarez outside the arc. We're drilling back out. That was number 12. That was Cameron Rowe. They're going to go baseline on the drive. Suarez. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to save his last touch off Suarez's foot. Goes out of bounds. Miller's going to have their first possession in the ball game. Going to bring it to the timeline. It's going to be number 13, Maya Blower. She'll work it back in the fourth in the backcourt. I should say the Huskies working the defense. We're working on free throw line. Turnaround jumper, CC Quigley. Quigley, 2-point bucket from straight away. Free throw line. 7:20 on the game clock. 2-0 contest. Miller's in front to the front court. Bounce pass can be stepped in front of. Going to be tipped out of bounds by the Millers in front of the Millers bench. Going to be brought in front of the Millers bench by the Lady Huskies. Toss deep in the front court. Right there, that's Bailey. I should say Bailey Eisel. They're working free throw line. They're working to the corner. 3-point shot in the air. Just off the mark. Wouldn't go. That was tipped. Deflected. Rebound put back. Wouldn't go. And the Lady Millers can tip the ball. It's going to go out of bounds. So they're going to work it from right there. The Lady Huskies are going to bring it in. They're going to bring it in from the baseline, left of the bucket. Can be brought in, find the entry pass off the glass. 2-point bucket, good. Hamilton Heights, Zoe Curry. She wears number 44. They'll bring it from the backcourt. Pressure in the backcourt. Suarez, they'll pass it across the timeline. They'll move it left side, now back out top, moving around the perimeter. To the corner baseline, that's number 3, Allie Hutchinson. She'll pass it back out. Noah Beater, they'll move it around the perimeter. 6:33 on the game clock. They'll go to the corner baseline. Double team immediately by Hamilton Heights. Going to dribble in. Going to reach in. Going to be a jump ball. Should be, and it is. So the Lady Huskies reach in, tie up the basketball, and the alternate possession arrow going to give it to Noblesville. So they'll bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be tossed in by 13, Maya Blower. They'll work it down low. Quigley's shot wouldn't go. It was deflected. Contested by Suarez. Hamilton Heights with the rebound. They're working across the timeline right there and getting across the timeline. That's Eisel. They'll move to the corner, bring it back in the paint. They'll kick it back out. 3-point shot in the air. Eisel just long off the rim. She'll fight for the rebound. She'll follow her shot. She'll get the basketball. They'll go to the corner. Suarez, 3-point shot, good. 3-point shot, good in front of the Spirit section. Hamilton Heights taking early 5-2 advantage. 5-2 lead. They're working back to the front court. Right there on the dribble. Breaking the press. Turnaround jumper. Elbow left side. Shot wouldn't go for Quigley. Rebound Noblesville. They'll kick it back out. 3-point shot. Good. Right of center. Credit the 3-point shot. That's number 22, Nora Viter. 5:30 left. It's a tie ball game at 5. We're in the first quarter. And Hamilton Heights and Noblesville. Going to be a timeout called. Going to be called by Donna Buckley. She'll call her first time out, I believe so. We'll double check here. So I'm going to have a conversation. Miss Buckley, have a conversation with the official. It's no timeout. They're going to bring the ball in. Hamilton Heights in the front court, pass to the back court, crossing over there on the dribble. Bailey Eisel. They'll work it back in. They'll bounce it down low. Turnaround jumper, good. Left-handed floater by the lefty. 44, Zoe Curry. 5:10 left at the 7-5 contest. Lady Huskies in front. In the front court with the basketball. Double team immediately. They'll get it back to Quigley out near the top of the key. They'll work it back outside and move the ball around the perimeter. 3-point shot left. Just long off the rim. That shot taken by Allie Hutchinson. Shot wouldn't go. It's going to be a foul whistle during the rebound. They're going to whistle this foul on Hamilton Heights. Hamilton Heights going to pick up the foul. That's 44, Zoe Curry. She has 1. Ball brought in right at the bucket on the baseline. Kicks it back out. 3-point shot. Good. Credit the bucket. Number 3, Allie Hutchinson. She's 33% from the arc on the season. She's now 7 for 19. Going to work it down low. We're working back in off the glass. 2-point bucket. Good. Credit the bucket. Suarez. That's Riley Suarez. It's a 9-8 contest. Lady Huskies by 1. 4:29 on the game clock. They'll work it back in. Ball's deflected. Goes out of bounds. Trying to make the cut to the hoop there was 43 Quigley, tipped out of bounds by Hamilton Heights. Be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline by the Millers. Lady Millers toss it in out behind the arc. Allie Hutchinson. Quick dribble. Should pick up a dribble. Bounce pass left side behind the arc. They're working around the skip pass to the left corner baseline. They're working into Quigley. Quigley goes up for the shot. Couldn't get the bucket. Rebound. Cameron Rote. Lady Huskies to the front court. They're working down low. Going to try to go off the glass. Turnaround jumper. Wouldn't go. That shot taken by Zoe Curry. 4 minutes here in the first quarter, halfway through. Hamilton Heights 9, Millers 8. They're working back out top on the dribble, out top with the basketball and dribble. That's 22. Nora Beater. They go to the corner baseline. 3-point shot off the mark, wouldn't go. Shot taken right there by the Noblesville Millers. That was Hutchinson. Rebound, Hamilton Heights. To the front court, crossing the timeline is number 10. That's Bailey Eisel. Outside the arc, they're working back around. They needed Suarez. Suarez pass is deflected and stolen by C.C. Quigley. They'll work it down off the glass, 2-point bucket. Credit the bucket on the layup, left side of the glass, Allie Hutchinson. 3:20 on the game clock. Going to work it to the timeline. Going to be a kick. Going to be a bounce pass near the center court line by Roten. It's kicked out of bounds by Allie Hutchinson. Going to be brought in front of the scores bench. Pass it to the backcourt slightly. They'll get it back to the passer. And that's Cameron Rote. Now top to Eisel. Eisel backpedal dribble. Working against her is Maya Blower. She's going to dribble in. She's going to try to take a shot. It's deflected. Going to be blocked down low by C.C. Quigley. Going to dribble it to the front court. 13, Maya Blower. She'll work it out top. Pick up her dribble. Skip pass left side. Going baseline just outside the lane there. 2-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Hamilton Heights. That's number 10, Bailey Eisel. But we're going to elbow right side. You go to the corner with it. 3-point shot off the rim, just long. Shot taken by Hamilton Heights. Addison Bloom. 2:34 on the game clock. Outside the arc, and we're working inside. Double team, I should say, a good defense there by Eisel. They'll work it down low to Quigley. Quigley outside the lane there. Takes a shot. Got fouled before the shot. Shot went in. So it's going to be a common foul. Going to have 2 subs check in. 1 each, 1 for the Millers and 1 for the Huskies. Taking a breather is Cameron Roten in the ball game for the Hamilton Heights Huskies is 22, Reese Blanton. She's a 5'5 junior. 2:26 on the game clock. Going to work it through the corner. 3-point shot in the air. Shot good. Credit the bucket. Noblesville Millers. 13, Maya Blower. And 13-9 contest. Millers in front. We're working through this timeline. We're going to bounce pass out top of the circle. We're working around the perimeter. We're back left side. It's Eisel. Bailey Eisel going to bounce it left side, going baseline drive just outside the arc, or just outside the paint. 2-point shot good for Riley Suarez. 13-11. Millers by 2. They're working through the front court quickly. They're working down low baseline. Shot in the air, rims off, and hit the backboard and fell in. Credit that bucket, Noblesville Millers, number 5. That's Ellie Moats. We're going to the front court. Outside the free throw line, 16-footer wouldn't go. Shot taken by Zoe Curry. Back the other direction. 1.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Going to dribble the lane. They'll kick it back out. They're going to get a traveling violation just before the pass outside 3-point land. And it's going to give the ball back to Hamilton Heights. A traveling violation, Maya Blower. So 1:27 on the game clock. Going to work it to the timeline. That's Eisel. Bailey Eisel. Pass to the left, right side, behind the arc. Working ball around. They go to the corner with it. Suarez. She'll pass it inside to Curry. And Curry's going to bring it back out to Eisel. They go to the corner with it, back to Eisel. Working left side, moving around the perimeter. Suarez. Miller's defense is moving well. Out top of the basketball. Back pedal dribble. They're working left side with the basketball. 22, Reese Blanton. They're working into Suarez. Suarez going to pass it back out behind the arc, tracking the ball down is number 10, Bailey Eisel. They're working outside, going to move the basketball. They're working out behind the arc. Shot just off the mark. I should say the pass off the fingertips. Hamilton Heights going to belong to the Millers. So ball's going to be brought in backcourt in front of the Millers bench. Brought in there, 33, Aaliyah McGee. On the dribble, crossing the timeline, that's 13, Maya Blower. They're working back to Maya. Working outside the arc back to Maya, and they're working out top. They'll bounce it into Quigley. Quigley going to try to bounce it to the corner, and it's going to be intercepted on the bounce pass, stolen by Bailey Isel. 25 seconds left in the quarter. They go to the corner there, and Suarez should kick it back out. 3-point shot off the mark from the right corner extended. That was Addison Bloom going back the other direction. 2-point bucket, good. Number 3, Allie Hutchinson. 17-11. They're looking in right elbow. Hamilton Heights in the front court. You're going to pass it out top. They'll bring it back around. That's Zoe Curry. Out top, 3-point shot, good. Just before the buzzer. Right at the bucket, number 10, Bailey Isel. 5-5. And as you mentioned, 7 for 10 on Tuesday night. We also mentioned tonight's ball game going to be brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. They're along State Road 32 at Discount Copies. They provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. Posters and oversized printing also available. And also, if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone, 317-773-8783. That's 317-773-8783. Or by email, that's Gmail, actually, it's Discount Copies 96@gmail.com. So second buzzer sounds, going to go second quarter, 8 minutes on the game clock. 17-14 contest. The Lady Millers in front after one. It's going to be brought in alternate possession arrow. Going to give it to Hamilton Heights. We're bringing it from half court. Reese Blanton going to toss it in. She'll go slightly to the backcourt, picking up the basketball there on a chest pass. Bailey Isel across the timeline on the dribble. Going to be tipped away, tipped back, fighting for the basketball. And it's going to be a whistle. They're going to call a foul. Going to be a mild foul there, but it's going to be called. They're going to whistle this foul on number 10, Bailey Isel. Going to give the ball back to the Millers. They'll bring it in right there at half court also. Bounce pass, slightly pass. They'll bring it across the timeline. That's 13, Maya Blower. She'll jump pass or work it right side. They'll work it down low. It's a Quigley. Quigley shot off the mark, went off the glass, right side. Rebound, Hamilton Heights, Addison Bloom. Hamilton Heights in the front court. On the dribble is Isel. They'll move it around the perimeter. Blanton. They'll work it to Cameron Roten. Roten cross-court skip pass. Behind the arc now. They'll bring it in. Suarez, turnaround jumper. Just off the mark. Shot would go. Long carom. Rebound. Allie Hutchinson. She'll go the distance. She'll take a shot just inside the paint. A little bit off balance. Wouldn't go. Going to be a jump ball on the rebound opportunity. And it's going to be an alternate possession arrow. Gives it to the Millers. Going to be brought in left of the bucket. That's number 13, Maya Blower. She'll toss it in to Quigley. We'll bring it out top, just right of center. And a 3-point shot good for Allie Hutchinson. 7:07 left here in the second quarter. 2014. Lady Millers in front. Ball's tipped away in the front court. And it's going to be thrown away at the other end. And the Huskies are going to call a timeout. Lady Huskies going to call a timeout. And we'll find out. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Lady Huskies. And we'll mention this game is also in parts being brought to you. I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and mention this game is in part being brought to you by Edward Jones, that's in Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement of our young athletes, what they receive from the coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's Kurt D. Hare, your Tipton Edward Jones financial advisor. He understands this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of basketball and PutMeInSports.com. You can find him for all your investment needs. Call him at 765-675-9535. Edward Jones. Ball brought in from the backcourt. Lady Huskies on the dribble. They're working through the timeline. They're working across the timeline and getting the ball in the front court there as Isel. They'll bounce it left side. On the dribble is Suarez. Picks up a double team, passes out of it, back out top. Reese Blanton, top of the circle. They work to Suarez. Suarez going to get it back to Isel outside the arc. Miller's playing tough defense right now, converging. They're working to the opposite corner baseline. They're working around the perimeter. Out top, 3-point shot, good. Grant the bucket, Hamilton Heights, that's 22. Reese Blanton for three. 6:18 on the game clock. 20, 17. Trying to get it through the timeline, and they will pick up the timeline. They'll pass it across with the basketball. That's 22. Nora Viter. They go to the corner baseline. 3-point shot in the air. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound Quigley. Quigley's rebound putback wouldn't go. Her second putback attempt did go, and she'll shoot one more. So Quigley in the lane. That 3-point shot started off. That was Allie Hutchinson from the left corner baseline. 5:59 left here in the second quarter. That foul's whistled, Hamilton Heights. Riley Suarez, she has one in the quarter. And she got a 3-point play. That was CC Quigley. It's a 23-17 contest. 5:55 on the game clock. We're in the second quarter. We're at Noblesville High School. On the dribble, Reese Blanton skip pass goes left side. It's Addison Bloom. They're working through the corner. Riley Suarez, going to double skip pass back out top to move the basketball. Bailey Isel on the dribble, behind the back dribble. Working against her is Maya Blower. They're working ball back around out top. Bloom, now out top deep. Working back around the kick, a 3-point shot in the air. Shot wouldn't go. Shot taken by Isel. Rebound, Noblesville Millers. Ball's in the hands. Pretty good defense there by Cameron Roten in the backcourt. She'll pass out of it, crossing the timeline on the dribble is Maya Blower. They're working left side with the basketball. She'll decide not to shoot. That's Hutchinson. They're moving around the perimeter. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Karams. Going to take a shot, and it'll be a block shot. That block shot, I should mention, 22, Nora Viter. Got her shot recycled. They'll bring it to the front court. 4:57 on the game clock. Cross-court skip pass. Looking for a block there. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Noblesville Lady Millers. So Cameron Roten going to take a breather back in the ball game first time tonight is number 14, Abby Hillpiker. She's a 5'10" sophomore. 4:53 on the game clock. Be brought in backcourt in front of the Millers bench. Millers on the dribble. Dribble it to the timeline. That's 13, Maya Blower. She'll pick up the dribble just across the timeline, working left side. Allie Hutchinson. They're working back inside to go off the glass. Left side in the paint. That's 43, CC Quigley. 4:35 on the game clock. 25-17. Millers by 8. In the front court, moving the basketball. They'll bounce it out top. Bailey Isel back pedal dribble. They're working left side. Behind the arc, 3-point shot just off the mark. Rebound put back wouldn't go for Isel. The ball picks up in the hands of the Noblesville Millers. To the front court on the dribble. 13, Maya Blower. They're working back out top. Get it back to Maya. 3-point shot off the mark wouldn't go. Rebound Millers, Allie Hutchinson. Outside, Maya Blower. She'll bounce it in to Quigley. And Quigley gets it to 5. There's the Ellie Moats. Going to be a reach-in foul on Hamilton Heights. So going to be brought in, right the bucket on the baseline. That foul's whistled on Hamilton Heights, number 4, Stella Taylor. She picks up her first foul. Outside the arc, 3-point shot on the way, good. Left of center, that was number 3, Allie Hutchinson. And the Lady Huskies to the front court on the dribble. Going to dribble through a mild double team. That's Bailey Isel. Out top, they'll work it back around. Outside the arc to Isel. Isel picked up a double team. They'll work in the paint. Shot off the mark. Shot taken there, Lady Huskies. 14, Abby Hillpiker. And they'll go back the other direction. Lady Millers. They'll go the corner with it to get it back to Maya Blower working around the perimeter. One dribbler working into Quigley. Inside out play. They'll get it back to Maya Blower being guarded there by Stella Taylor. They're working back in. Bounce pass into Quigley to get it down low. There'll be a shot and a foul. Shot wouldn't go in the paint. Taking the shot there is Ellie Moats. She'll shoot 2. And the Lady Huskies are going to sub in after the first shot. 2 shots going to be awarded to Ellie Moats. second foul in the ball game on Stella Taylor. She wears number 4. 2 shots for Moats. First shot rims off. Hamilton Heights going to sub in the ball game for the Lady Huskies again is going to be Zoe Curry. Taking a breather is number 14, Abby Hillfiker. So one more shot for Ellie Moats. 3:15 left, short off the rim, wouldn't go. Karen's back, picked up by Moats. Got her own rebound. We're going to back out top. Bounce pass, left side on the dribble there as Allie Hutchinson. She'll work it in. They'll finally get it to Quigley, right side of the bucket. They'll kick it back out, 3-point shot. 3-point shot good. That was 13, Maya Blower. And Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies are going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. 2:57 left here in the second quarter. The 31-17 contest. Miller's in front. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is being brought to you in part by Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't too far away. Indiana Express Rentals at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 1708 South 8th Street. They are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they'll help you find that perfect choice for that rental truck and your rental truck experience. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available, and a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. And Penske, that word Penske alone, that can take any concerns away from any travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals. So 2:57 left here in the second quarter. Lady Huskies and the Lady Millers on a Friday night. They take the prime time. Boys basketball going to start up around the 25th for some teams. 2:57 on the game clock. Be brought in, left of the bucket. Official lets her know she can roam the sideline to get the ball in. Going to be tossed in by Stella Taylor. And I'm going to dribble it to the timeline. That's Bailey Eisel. Crosses the timeline, pass to the left side, well behind the arc. Bloom, they're working back right side on the dribble. They're working down low. They're working down outside the arc with the basketball. Suarez. They're working back out top. Pretty good defense there, committed. Turnaround jumper, Zoe. That was Zoe Curry for 2 in the 2-point area. 2.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. 31-19. Going to drill through the timeline to the top of the key. They're working through the corner. Maya Blower going to work the ball back around. Touches the hands briefly of Aaliyah McGee. They'll work it down low. They'll find Quigley. CC Quigley gets the bucket. 33-19. 2:08 clock moving. Going to cross the timeline just with the pass. Bounce pass. They're getting into Zoe Curry. They'll go left side of the basketball. Bloom. They'll bounce it in to Curry. It's going to be a reach-in foul. Reach-in foul just outside the paint. Going to be whistled on the Millers. That's number 3, Allie Hutchinson. Be a couple substitutions, one for each team. Cameron runner back in the ball game. Riley Suarez taking a breather. And I'm taking a breather for the Millers is number 5, Ellie Moats. They'll bounce it in. Stella Taylor. They go outside the arc. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass out top to Stella Taylor on the dribble. She'll work it left side. Eisel. That's Bailey Eisel. Where's number 10? Outside the arc. They'll work it back around. They'll bounce pass in. 2-point shot in the air. It's going to be a foul called. She'll be fouled in the act of shooting. The shooter is going to be number 44, Zoe Curry. And they're going to whistle this foul on the Millers. She'll be whistled on number 11. She'll pick up her first. That's Devin Johnson. Devin Johnson, she's a senior class member. She's 5'7". First shot to strike, rattles around, falls in. Congratulatories. So another substitution. She's for the shooter. It's going to be Suarez. She'll check in. Shall this ball go in by Curry? Second shot rims out. Popcorn popper, pop back out. We're going to see the front court. Crossing the timeline. Maya Blower, they're working back out top behind the arc. Aaliyah McGee. They're working outside the arc, back out top. They'll reset the offense. So working left side. Huskies playing a 3-2 zone. 122 on the game clock. They're working through the corner. 3-point shot in the air, long off the rim. Shot taken by Allie Hutchinson. Rebound Hamilton Heights. And there's going to be a double dribble in the backcourt. Going to give the ball back to the Lady Millers. So taking a breather is 44, Zoe Curry. And the Lady Huskies who play defensively. They're going to bring the ball in. Slightly in the front court. It's going to be tossed in by Noblesville Lady Millers, just left of the scorer's bench. Tossed in. That's Maya Blower. She'll dribble. The timeline. She'll 3-point line, I should say. They're working back and forth around the perimeter. Outside the arc, 3-point shot. Rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound Millers. Turnaround jumper, wouldn't go. And a rebound put back would not go. And that was the girl who shot the 3 and missed. And she got the second rebound. That's Devin Johnson. Where's number 11? And she'll shoot 2. Shot in the paint, wouldn't go. Fouls whistle on Hamilton Heights. Addison Bloom, she wears number 3. She has 1. First shot, good. Devin Johnson. They're going to check in. The Miller's going to check in with number 12, Nalani Render. And the Lady Huskies going to check in. I think he's down low on the block. So one more shot. Shot in the air, rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Quigley. She'll get the rebound. She'll put it back up. Couldn't get the shot in the paint. Brings the ball down on the second rebound. The rebound from McGee outside the arc. 3-point shot short off the rim. They're going to whistle a foul in the paint. And it's going to be whistled on the Millers. So they're going to whistle this foul. Noblesville Millers. That's 43. CC Quigley. She has 1 in the ball game. 76.6 left. I should say 47.6. 34-20. Lady Huskies get the ball in. Mild pressure in the backcourt provided by Nalani Render. Out top of the circle, working back out top, bounce pass. They're working back around, bounce pass into the left elbow. Out top, you're going to bounce it in again, tipped away. Ball's going to be taken, going back the other direction. His blower should go off. Try for the shot. It's tipped away, and a good block on the way up. Goes out of bounds. Still going to be in Miller's possession. 27.3 left. 34-20. Ball's going to be brought in by the Millers. Left to the bucket on the baseline. Substitution. Lady Millers in the ball game once again. It's 22 Nora Vibe. And I'm taking a breather. Is right there, number 11, Devin Johnson. The Millers going to bring it in. They bring it down behind the arc, left corner. Turn around, they bring it back out. They're going to finally call a double dribble. I had to look at it. I thought I saw it, but I wasn't going to say anything. But they finally called it. 22.4. Lady Huskies going to get the ball back. Be tossed in. Bailey Eisel. She'll bring it back. Crossing the timeline with the pass. It's Stella Taylor to go outside the arc to Suarez. That's Riley Suarez. She'll be double teamed. She'll pass it back out, bounce past Bailey Eisel. Moving the ball to the right corner. She's going to dribble baseline. And they're going to be tipped away on a pass attempt, going back the other direction. As shot at the buzzer would not go. So that's going to take us to halftime. Halftime score. Lady Millers 34. Lady Huskies 20. And we do appreciate you listening. And we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com since 1983. They have great cars, great prices, great customers. You can reach them by phone at their dealership in Fishers, Indiana at 317-842-2228. You can get that rare 2-point shot, and that's 2 Hamilton County locations. They have a location, Fritz and Fishers, as you know, 8599 East 116th Street, Fishers, Indiana, 46038. And then Fritz in Noblesville, 2400 Westfield Road, Noblesville, Indiana, 46062. That's Fritz and Fishers. You can explore their quality. Used car inventory. That's FritzandFishers.com. FRITD. We'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. You can reach them by dialing 765 292 2315. Again, 765 292 2315, or you can visit them on their website, HuntleysWellDrilling.com. In Atlanta, that's actually west of Atlanta, 296th Street, maybe a couple of miles. And they are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike Nathan and Levi Rutledge. Mike is still the main dress. And I will also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, they know the best offense is a strong defense. Starting with your roof, from repairs to full replacement, siding to gutters, they've got your home covered, literally. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors is locally owned by Jordan Beck. His team plays hard, works harder, and doesn't stop till the job is done right. To contact Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, you can go to rangerroofingexteriors.com, or you can reach them by phone at 317 361 7858. That's Ranger Roofing. 7:12, clock moving down. We'll mention they got the young girls out there. They're doing working some, Bob should say, working some cheerleading exhibitions right there. I'm sure they had a clinic or something similar, and they're working right there. It kind of looks like a dance routine they're doing. I want to mention a little bit about the sectionals for both these teams. We'll mention Yorktown sectional. We'll mention Newcastle. They're 1-0. They're in the sectional. Newcastle, Connorsville, Delta, Hamilton Heights, Jay County, Yorktown. That's Class 3A. That's Class 3A working right there. Sectional 24. Newcastle, they're 1-0 versus class opponents. Overall, they're 1-1. It's an early season. We'll mention Connorsville. Connorsville has not played a class team yet, not in 3A, but they are 2-0 overall. Delta Lady Eagles, they're 0-0 versus class opponents. They are also 2-0 overall. Hamilton Heights Huskies, they're 0-0 versus Class 3A opponents. They are 1-0 on the season. Jay County Lady Patriots, that'll be the Hamilton Heights opponent tomorrow night. That's tomorrow night. So we'll mention Jay County 0-0 in Class 3A. Opponents, they are 1-0 overall. Yorktown Lady Tigers, they're 0-1 versus Class 3A opponents. They are also just that one game. We'll talk a little bit about the Carmel sectional. Carmel sectional, that'll be at Carmel, as you know, with Class 4A, sectional number 8. In that sectional, as mentioned, is Hamilton Southeastern, Noblesville, Zionsville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel. And my wife graduated from Hamilton Southeastern in 1989. I think she got some information there and learned quite a bit. So we'll also mention Hamilton Southeastern. They're Class 4A opponents. There's 2 wins, 0 losses. And that's what they are overall. There's 2 wins versus 4A opponents. And Noblesville Lady Millers, they are currently 1-0 versus 4A opponents. They are 2-0 on the season. Fishers Lady Tigers are 1-1 versus Class 4A opponents. They are 1-1 those 2 games on the season. Western Lady Shamrocks in Class 4A opponents, they're 1-1, and those same 2 games for them also. Carmel Lady Greyhounds, they are 0-1 versus 4A opponents. They are 1-1 on the season. So they're still working down there, and Got the pom-poms now. We'll mention a little bit about football. I tell you what, football tonight. IHSAA regional competition championship games. Regional tonight, football. I was going to mention in Class 2A. Couple of good games in Class 2A. We'll mention IHSAA football. Tonight, November 14th, Eastbrook Panthers. They are at the Adams Central Flying Jets. They have five broadcast stations doing the game, covering that game. And I will also mention Class 2A. Class 2A, the Lapel Bulldogs are at the Lutheran Saints. Look at the history of the Lutheran Saints. They have 3 broadcast stations, and that's who's covering their game. We'll talk a little bit about Class 1A. 1A football, IHSAA. Tonight, Sheridan Blackhawks. Sheridan Blackhawks, they are at South Putnam. They have 3 broadcast stations. They have 1 internet, 1 video, and one station is a radio station. And that video station, that's Bragg Sports Media. They cover the Blackhawks throughout the season. And we'll also mention Class 1A. Class 1A South Adams Starfires. They are at the North Miami Warriors. And I got to mention 2025 head coach for the Millers, for the Blackhawks, long time, Coach Larry Bud Wright, helping out the North Miami football team. He is a loyal guy. And we'll mention because he started there. That's just 1 year before he got to Sheridan, did 59 years at Sheridan. Very much so. And we'll mention tonight they have 3 more broadcast stations. They have 1 video covering that game, 1 internet audio, and 1 radio station covering the South Adams North Miami game. 1 minute, 49 seconds, clock rolling down. And we'll also mention, bringing this game to you, is Jim Dandy. Jim Dandy Restaurants. Yeah, believe it, Jim Dandy Restaurant. At Jim Dandy Restaurant, you'll not only enjoy an incredible dining experience, and a Jim Dandy menu simply speaks for itself. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, hot soups, fresh fruits, and a fully loaded salad bar. And even though the Tipton High School, I'll mention this, Tipton High School was being constructed in the early 60s, Jim Dandy Restaurant continues to support sport all throughout the general area. And I will mention Jim Dandy Restaurants. They opened in 1964. Jim Dandy Restaurant. Tipton. Good food, good friends, good times. And Jim Dandy, as you know, long time in Noblesville. They pleased a lot of folks at that Noblesville Jim Dandy. And you got to think back. They were at Greenfield. I tell you what, Jim Dandy Restaurant, they do it right. So 30 seconds rolling down here on the pregame. I should say the halftime intermission. And I will also mention supporting this game is AGM Auto Arcadia. If you're looking for that good mechanic, look no further. They can be that good mechanic you're looking for. They do everything under the hood. AGM Auto is under new ownership. That's Walker, and no worries. Also, they can restore classic cars and trucks. You can reach them by phone, 317-984-5283. Again, 317-984-5283. They're just west of Arcadia, about a mile. AGM Auto. Ball going to be brought in, ultimate possession arrow. Lady Huskies, half court. 8 minutes on the game clock, third quarter. 34-20. Lady Miller's in front. Going to dribble it to the timeline. On the basketball drive, right there, going to go by the defender. That's Isel. Haley Isel will go to the baseline to work it back around. Little opposite corner. That's Zoe Curry, the feeder inside. 2-point shot off the mark. That was Suarez to the front court on the dribble. Lady Miller's going to dribble in. Going to go into paint. 2-point shot good. That's number 13, Maya Blower. 7:30 left here in the third quarter. Lady Huskies crossing the timeline on the dribble. Bailey Isel going to dribble, going to pass it off the leg of Lady Miller. That was 22, Nora Viter. Ball brought in front of the Husky bench. Going to be brought in there by Addison Bloom. She'll pass it to the backcourt. Picked up there by Bailey Isel. She'll work it right side on the dribble. Cameron Roten, cross-court skip pass. Outside the arc, she'll step in, take a two-point shot. Shot would go, rebound, Suarez. Riley Suarez off the mark. Rebound put back would go for Curry, and a rebound for the Millers. To the front court on the dribble, that's 22, Nora Viter. Out top, back pedal dribble, works to the left side. Works it right side to go opposite corner. Outside the arc, they'll go a 17-footer. Good. Credit the bucket. At 13, Maya Blower. They're working through the front court. Crossing the timeline there is Bailey Isel. They're working in baseline. Suarez back out, top of the circle on the dribble, back pedal dribble. Cameron Roten. Back to Roten, gets the ball back from Bloom. They're working around the perimeter. Going to dribble out top of the circle, back pedal dribble now. Bailey Isel. Working against her is 22, Noah Viter. Shot off the mark, shot outside the arc, wouldn't go for Cameron Roten. The rebound put back is good. Credit the bucket, Riley Suarez. 16 on the game clock, 38-22. Lady Miller's in front. We're going to the opposite corner baseline. We're going to back around. Outside, we're going to the left corner baseline. Three-point shot in the air off the mark. Shot taken there by Allie Hutchinson. Rebound Millers. Rebound put back is good. It'll be a three-point shot right of center. 4-13. That's Maya Blower. 5:52 on the game clock. Crossing the timeline. Isel. Bailey Isel go to the opposite corner baseline. Hamilton Heights. Addison Bloom. They're working to the opposite corner. Going to drive baseline. Suarez. Riley Suarez. Turnaround jumper. Rims off. Wouldn't go. Rebound Millers. Going to go back to the front court. On the dribble. Going to be a reach-in foul. Try to take the shot right there. Was 22. Nora Vita. And as she got fouled in the act of shooting, she'll shoot two. 5:33 on the game clock. We're in the third quarter. At the free throw line for the Millers is 22. Nora Viter, that foul whistle on Cameron Roten. She has one. Shot in the air, good. So one at the stripe. She'll get one more. That's 22, Nora Viter. 42-22. Second shot up and rims off. Wouldn't go. Rebound Suarez. Riley Suarez going to dribble a couple times. She'll give the ball off to point guard Bailey Isel. She's in the front court now. She'll bounce pass into Zoe Curry. Get the ball back out to Isel. Working the ball back around. Cameron Roten. Trying to skip pass. Going to be intercepted. Stepping in the passing lane was Maya Blower. They'll go to the corner with it. Three-point shot in the air. Rims off. Would go. Shot taken there by Nora Viter. Goes out of bounds. Last touch. Last touch by the Millers. Lady Millers. And it can be brought in from the backcourt. Bounce it in. And I'm going to dribble it to the timeline. Isel works it right side. Addison Bloom. Back out top to Isel on the dribble. Defense relaxes. They'll get it back to Bloom. She'll pass it back out. Just right of center. Three-point shot. Good. Left-handed shooting. Bailey Isel for three. 4:46 on the game clock. 42-25. Lady Miller's in front. They're working the left side to the corner. Won't dribble. That's three. Allie Hutchinson. They'll work it back out. Hutchinson to the corner. She'll take a three-point shot. Get the bucket out in front of the Spirit section. Three-point shot. Hutchinson. 45-25. Lady Huskies crossing the timeline. That's Bailey Isel. They'll work the left side. Cameron Roten. Cross-court skip pass. The other side. Behind the arc. Three-point shot just off by Bloom. Rebound. Bailey Isel. 15-footer straight away. Shot wouldn't go. Rimmed off. Rebound out of there. Picked up by Noblesville Lady Millers. 22, Nora Viter. To the front court. Moving it back out top. On the dribble, Viter should go to the corner with it. She's going to drive in. Take a two-point shot. Baseline. Shot wouldn't go. That shot taken by Allie Hutchinson. Tracking down the rebound. Right there was number 5, Ellie Moats. And they'll get a second rebound there. They're going to whistle a foul during the rebound. And they're going to whistle this foul on Hamilton Heights. 45-25. Lady Millers in the front court with the basketball. Common foul. Back in the game for the Lady Millers. He is 33. Aaliyah McGee. And there's going to be a timeout called. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. I will mention tonight's ball game is also in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. You can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only, to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, plaques, and more. Fast turnaround, prices are low, so low you may want to be a repeat customer. It's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can reach them by phone, 317-773-7391. That's 317-773-7391. Going to be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline. Lady Millers, that's Maya Blower. She'll toss it in to Hutchinson. Allie Hutchinson going to work it back out top and move it around the perimeter. Outside the arc, Moats. They're working in, going to be tipped away, stolen by the Lady Huskies. On the dribble, Bailey Eisel. She'll work the ball out top of the circle right there near the end logo. Outside the arc, three-point shot, good. Three-point shot, that's Suarez, Riley Suarez for three. The 45-28 contest. 3:18 on the game clock. Working it back around the perimeter, working inside off the glass, two-point bucket. Good move, good cut. By 43, CC Quigley. 3:07 on the game clock. Lady Huskies in the front court. Bailey Eisel going to be tipped. She's working against pretty much primarily the whole game. That's 13, Maya Blower. So Bailey Eisel has her hands full. She's doing well. That ball tipped out of bounds on the pass by Eisel. Tipped out of bounds by Maya Blower. They'll toss it back in. Slightly in the backcourt. They'll work at the left side with the basketball. Cameron Roten. Back out top. Bailey Eisel. Crossover. She's going to bounce it in. Top of the circle. There's Zoe Curry outside the arc. Just off the mark. The shot taken by Hamilton Heights. Addison Bloom. Back the other direction. 2:40 on the game clock. Third quarter, 47-28. Lady Miller's in front. Going to work it outside the arc. Outside the arc, moving around. Maya Blower, long skip pass. So working left side. Ball's low. Going to be tied up right there. Going to be a jump ball. And reaching in there, tying up the basketball was Bailey Eisel. Tying it up against CC Quigley. 2:27 on the game clock. Ball's going to be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline. Going to be brought in by Maya Blower. In the front court, Miller. She'll toss it out top of the circle. And she'll track it down. That's 33, Aaliyah McGee. They'll work it right side behind the arc. Three-point shot, rims off for Blower. Going to fight for the rebound. It's going to be tipped away by Eisel. And finally going to be picked up by Blower. Out in the front court, Maya Blower, point guard for the Millers. The triple threat. She'll pass out top to McGee. Back to Blower. Going to work the basketball. She'll back pedal dribble outside the arc in front of the Blue Devil bench. I should say in front of the Millers bench. They're working in the paint with the basketball. They're working outside the arc. Three-point shot in the air. Short off the mark. Rebound put back. Reverse layup is good. Right-handed reverse layup. Right side the glass. Maya Blower. 1:45 on the game clock. 49-28 contest. Ball game right here. Millers in front. Working the ball in the front court. Going to bounce it in. Going to be a reach-in foul during the bounce pass. They're going to call this foul on number 3, Allie Hutchinson. Hutchinson picks up her second foul in the ball game. Hamilton Heights going to check in with number 4, Stella Taylor. Stella Taylor, 5'6". Taking a breather right now for the Huskies is number 3, Addison Bloom. They'll get it to the corner. Shot in the air. Shot off the mark. Shot taken there. And the rebound, Hamilton Heights, that shot taken by Roten. Roten's going to get the ball back top of the circle. And they're going to whistle a foul against Roten. It's going to be on the Millers. And they're going to bring the ball in the front court. And double check here. See that on the board. But it's going to be brought in by the Huskies behind the arc. We're back to Cameron Roten. Cross-court skip pass into paint there. Stella Taylor back into paint. 2-point shot, good. Right at the bucket, 44, Zoe Curry, 49-30. Miller's in front. We're going to the front court. We're going back around. Maya Blower out top with the basketball. That's Aaliyah McGee. They'll work it right side. They'll bounce it in. Ball's loose. Ball's loose. Going to be a foul whistle on number 12, Cameron Roten. Roten will pick up her third foul in the ball game. She'll take a breather coming in the ball game right there for the Lady Huskies. is number 22, Reese Blanton. Reese Blanton in the ball game, 5'5". They're working through the front court, just outside the paint. You kick it back around, they go to the corner baseline, off the mark, wouldn't go. A shot taken there. In the ball game is Jersey Dale, 5'4" freshman. She took that shot. She wears number 14. The ball goes out of bounds. Lady Huskies going to belong to the Lady Millers. 50 seconds left on the game clock. In the third quarter, they're working in. Tipped away. Lady Huskies going to fight for it. And it's going to be picked up by Suarez, and they're going to whistle a foul. There was a tie up there, but they're going to whistle a foul. It would have been a jump ball. I guess they did. No, they did call the jump ball. They used the alternate possession arrow. Yes, they did. So, ball brought in by Reese Blanton. She gets the ball back from Isel. They're working through the corner on the dribble. We're going to work baseline. It's Suarez, Riley Suarez, outside the arc. Three-point shot, good. Left-handed shooting. It's Hamilton Heights number 10, Bailey Isel for three, almost straight away. 22 seconds left here in the quarter. We're going to do the front court. We're going to back in. Quigley. Quigley off the glass, got the bucket. Left-handed off the glass. Quigley, CC Quigley, 6'2". 8 seconds left. In the front court, Isel. She'll bounce it in. She'll get the ball back from Zoe Curry. Crossover dribble outside the arc. Going to be a reach-in. No foul. Ball went loose. No one had the basketball when the buzzer sounded. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, the Noblesville Lady Millers 51, the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies 33. And we'll mention tonight's ball game is also in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear at Century 21. Real estate IQ that will work for your benefit. That's Lisa. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. Let Lisa list or let Lisa look for your next home, as she knows that each home is precious. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21 Sheets Company. Highly recommended real estate agent and a real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, 317-513-4086. Again, 317-513-4086. So, alternate possession arrow, going to give it back to the Lady Millers. Lady Miller's going to bring the ball in. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes on the game clock. It's going to be tossed in by Allie Hutchinson, slightly backward. Maya Blower, she'll cross the timeline at a walk pace. She'll pass it to Jason out top of the circle, back to Maya Blower. They're working back and forth. That's 22, Nora Veeder. They're working down low. Quigley, CC Quigley, 2-point bucket in the paint off the glass. 7:40 left here in the fourth quarter. 53-33. Lady Millers in front by 20. Working it out top. Working the basketball. Bailey Isel, cross court, back pedal dribble. She's working around the perimeter. She'll finally pass it. Stella Taylor, left side, well behind the arc. Back to Reese Blanton. Cross court pass. She's working there to Hutchinson. I should say 3F Bloom. And then that's an Addison Bloom. And ball's tipped away and going back the other direction. Lady Millers off the glass, couldn't get the bucket. Rebound, Hamilton Heights. Isel passing it to the front court. Addison Bloom. Addison Bloom going to bounce it behind the arc. Stella Taylor. They'll work it back. Number 10, that's Bailey Isel. She kick it back around the corner. And they'll work it back elbow, left side, Zoe Curry. Dribble in. Stella Taylor to the corner. 3-point shot in the air. Wouldn't go. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound put back. Wouldn't go. It was deflected. It was blocked by Curry. I should say blocked by Quigley. That shot taken by Zoe Curry. To the front court. Out top. 3-point shot in the air. Good. Right at the bucket. 22. Nora Veeder. 6.5 minutes left. Fourth quarter. 56-33. Lady Miller's in front. They'll bounce it. In the free throw line. They'll work it. Skip pass left side. Pass straight away. Shot wouldn't go. Shot taken by 10. Bailey Isel. And there's going to be a foul whistled into the ball game. Hamilton Heights going to check in with 2. We're going to check back in with Riley Suarez and Cameron Rope. Taking a breather is Reese Blant and Isel. Bailey Isel will take a breather. 6:08 on the game clock. In the front court, Lady Millers. Working around the perimeter. Back out. They'll get it to Maya Blower out top with the basketball. It's 22, Nora Veeder. Back to Maya. Back to Veeder. 3-point shot in the air. Rimmed off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Quigley. Quigley put back, wouldn't go. It was brushed away. It was deflected by Cameron Rote. 5:52 on the game clock. 56-33. It's going to be brought in right in the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be brought in by Allie Hutchinson. She'll toss it in behind the arc. She'll get the ball back. 3-point shot wouldn't go for Hutchinson. Going to be a reach-in foul in the backcourt after the rebound. Rebound was secured by Cameron Roten. And they're going to whistle a foul on the Lady Miller. It's going to go against Maya Blower. She has one. And they'll bring the ball in, and that's be brought in from the backcourt. Stella Taylor will bring it to the timeline. Still bounce pass, right corner baseline. Riley Flores, she'll toss it in. They go baseline, ball tipped out of bounds. Going baseline there with the basketball on the dribble was 44 Zoe Curry, tipped out of bounds by CC Quigley. Can be brought in left of the bucket. On the baseline, brought in by Stella Taylor. Outside the arc, 3-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Bloom. Inside out of the Huskies rebound. 3-point shot wouldn't go on the other side. There's Cameron Roten. Rebound, Noblesville Millers. Back the other direction. They'll go off the glass. No, shot wouldn't go. Rebound put back wouldn't go, but there's going to be a foul. Going to be a foul in the act of shooting. When the whistle is foul on Hamilton Heights, at the free throw line is CC Quigley. CC Quigley on the season. In 2 games, she's 11 for 12, 92%. First shot is good. 5:18 on the game clock. Having a breather is Hutchinson, Allie Hutchinson. The second shot is also good. So they're going to bring the ball in. Lady Huskies from the backcourt and across the timeline. Pass it to the front court, up from working there with the basketball around the perimeter. They're working inside. Zoe Curry inside the paint, about a 12-footer, wouldn't go, but she got fouled in the act of shooting. She'll shoot one more. I should say she'll shoot 2. 5:06 on the game clock. 58-33. Lady Miller's in front. Zoe Curry will have 2 shots. The first shot in the air, good. She'll get one more. There's some congratulatories on the lane. 5:06 left. 58-34. Zoe Curry's second shot rims off long, wouldn't go. Rebound, fought for, tipped out, and picked up by CC Quigley. Now to Maya Blower. So working back around, bounce pass to Blower out top. She'll dribble it right side. They're working back around the perimeter. In the ball game for the Millers is number 12, Nalani Render. They're working back around Render, and Render's going to get caught for an extra step prior to the jump stop. 4:48 on the game clock, going to be brought in by the Lady Huskies. Going to be brought in by Cameron Roten. She'll toss it in, Stella Taylor. Taylor's going to dribble it to the timeline. She'll bounce pass right side, Cameron Roten. She'll pass to the corner. That's number 3, Addison Bloom. Back out top to Roten. She'll give the ball up to Stella Taylor. They'll go to the left corner baseline. 3-point shot, good. Riley Suarez for 3. 58-37. 4:22 on the game clock. Going to bring it to the timeline. Going to try to bounce pass. Crossing the timeline on the dribble, Nora Veeder. Nora Veeder going to lose the handle. It's the last tip. Tipped out of bounds there, I believe. It was number 3, Addison Bloom. So taking a breather for the Millers is number 12, Nalani Render. And back in the ball game, number 3, Allie Hutchinson. 4:10 on the game clock. 58-37. Lady Miller is going to be a slight movement of the feet. And didn't quite get the ball down on the pass. And they're going to call a traveling violation, a rare turnover on Maya Blower. So 4:07 on the game clock. 58-37. 4:02 on the game clock. We're working outside the arc. 3-point shot in the air. Rimmed off long. Wouldn't go. Rebound fought for. Huskies pick it up in the paint there. And ISIL getting the rebound. They're going to whistle a foul during the rebound against the Millers. The Lady Millers going to pick up the foul. They're going to say that one was on 13. Maya Blower, she has 2 in the ballgame. She's been on the floor about the whole time. So off the glass, shot wouldn't go. Lady Huskies fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be number 44, Zoe Curry. Zoe Curry going to have 2 shots. 3:54 left, fourth quarter. First shot in the air, rims off, wouldn't go. 58-37, Lady Millers in front. Zoe Curry going to have one more shot at the free throw line. Got rims off, fighting for the board there. Going to be picked up by Zoe Curry. Rebounded her own shot on the baseline, left side. Rebound takes a shot. Shot rebounded by Ellie Moats to the front court. On the dribble, 22, Noah Veeder. Out top of the basketball. They'll move to the right side, back to Veeder. To the corner, they're dribbling it in. They're going to pass it in. It's picked up by Hutchinson over the rim. 3-point shot, blower, good. Left elbow extended. Maya Blower for 3. 61-37. 3:25 on the game clock, tipped away. Going to be tipped away to the front court. There's going to be a foul, no foul whistle. It's going to be a double check here. It will be a foul. I thought the official was giving a timeout to Coach Trempy. 3:21 on the game clock. They're going to whistle this foul on Hamilton Heights, 44, Zoe Curry. She has 3. 3:18 on the game clock. Going to work it right side, go to the corner with it. Bring it back out. Hutchinson, blower, now the opposite side there. 3-point shot in the air. Off the mark, that shot taken by Ellen Moat. And a rebound putback is good by Allie Hutchinson. So Allie Hutchinson got fouled in the act of shooting, made the bucket. She'll get one more. So in the ball game for the Lady Millers, we're going to see number 34, Blythe Walker. Blythe Walker, she's 5'9". And she's from the sophomore class. So at the free throw line, going to get one shot, Allie Hutchinson. Shot rims around, wouldn't go. Rebound, Suarez, Riley Suarez, capturing the boards right there. She'll hand off, point guard, ISIL. That's Bailey ISIL. They'll bounce it in. Suarez to the corner baseline, 3-point shot off the mark. Shot wouldn't go for Cameron Roten. They'll bring the ball back in and a rebound, I should say. Going to dribble to the timeline, Maya Blower. He'll work it right side to the corner. Hutchinson will take a corner baseline 3. Wouldn't go. Rebound, CC Quigley. Should go off the glass. Rebound in the paint. 2-point bucket for Quigley. 2:33 on the game clock. In the front court, Bailey ISIL. So work it left side. Cameron Rote. Cross court skip pass to the corner. Going to drive baseline. That was Suarez outside the arc. Just off the mark. Cameron Roten. Left elbow extended, shot wouldn't go. So ball carrying's out of bounds. Hamilton Heights going to sub in. And back in the ball game, we're going to see number 4, Stella Taylor. Can be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline. Can be brought in by Bailey ISIL to the corner. 3-point shot, rims off, wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Addison Bloom. And it's going to be a foul during the rebound stage. Be whistled against the Lady Huskies. So Lady Huskies pick up their 5th foul. Only first time in the whole ball game we've been to the foul line with a 1-and-1. So Lady Millers are going to check in with 3 subs here after the first shot. Or I should say, if she makes it. The shot in the air, Hutchinson. I guess she is shooting 2. All foul shots are 2. No 1-and-1s anymore. And we're going to check into the ball game. 23, Grayson Wheeler. Also in the ball game, 34, Blythe Walker. And I'm also back in the ball game, I believe, number 12, Nalani Render. So she got both of them. I take that back. Yes, she got both of them. And she got the back end of her 2-shot foul. That was number 3, Allie Hutchinson. The Lady Huskies going to check in the ball game. They're working out top and working right side. Stella Taylor. She'll dribble in. Stella Taylor's trying to get rid of her pass there. It's going to be a foul whistle. She was just outside the paint trying to pass it back out top of the circle. And they're going to whistle this foul on the Lady Millers. Lady Millers, they're going to put Stella Taylor at the foul line. That foul whistle on Lady Millers. That's free throw line, Stella Taylor. Taylor's first shot is good. 66-38, Lady Huskies. One more shot at the free throw line for Stella Taylor. 2:02 left here in the fourth quarter. Second shot rims out long, right on line. Ball recovered there on the rebound by Blythe Walker, who wears number 34 in the backcourt. And working the left side, crossing the timeline. Bring back free throw line out top of the circle. She'll dribble in. She'll go off the glass. Shot going to go. That shot taken by 23 Grayson Wheeler. Back the other direction. Stella Taylor in the paint. She'll take a floater. Nearly went in. It popped out. She'll shoot two. So foul whistle against the Lady Millers. And they pick up their fifth foul. But this is a shooting foul. Foul line again is Stella Taylor. 1:42 left. Here in the fourth quarter, she gets the first one to go. She'll get one more. Stella Taylor, the free throw line. Second shot rims out, wouldn't go. Rebound tracked down in the right corner baseline, picked up by Isel. And there's going to be a reach-in foul committed by the Millers. So Lady Miller's going to pick up the foul, and they're going to put Bailey Isel on the free throw line. Bailey Isel on Tuesday night. She was 2 for 2. Actually, 4 girls went 100% at the line on Tuesday night. First shot, good. Bailey Isel will get one more. Left-handed basketball player. Second shot, good. We brought in backcourt, crossing the timeline for the Millers. Right there, ball's loose. It's going to be picked up by the Lady Huskies. Great at that pickup, Addison Bloom. On the dribble, Bailey Isel. Back pedal dribble, she's working out top. Working at the right side with the basketball. That's Stella Taylor outside the arc to Bloom. Addison Bloom back to Taylor. Pretty good defense committed there by the Lady Millers, and Bloom's going to hit a three-point shot right. The right elbow extended. 66-44, 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter. And we're going to the free throw line. Outside, there's going to be a two-point shot in the air. Got it. About a 15-footer, good. From the baseline, that's number 12, Nalani Render. 50 seconds left. Outside the arc, right, left elbow extended. Three-point shot, Hamilton Heights. Right at the three to Addison Bloom. Be tipped away in the backcourt. Would be a steal off the glass in the paint, uncontested. Yes, Suarez. The ball going to go out of bounds in the front court off the fingertips of number 12, Nalani Render. Going to be brought in by the Lady Huskies. Brought in by Bloom in the hands now of Bailey Isel. Jump pass behind the arc. Bloom to the corner, Stella Taylor. She's going to lose the handle. Be a stolen basketball and picked up there in the backcourt. Going to be a traveling violation. Going to give the ball back to the Lady Huskies. 21 seconds left, 68-49. Lady Miller's in front. Brought in, ride the bucket on the baseline by Isel. She'll toss it in. Stella Taylor off the glass, nearly went. Going to be tear them out of bounds. Going to be the last touch by the Lady Huskies. 16.1 left. Going to be brought in, ride the bucket on the baseline. Going to pass it to the front court. Stolen by Bloom. So working up ahead off the glass. 2-point shot wouldn't go. That was 23. Riley Suarez. Coming down with the rebound was number 10, Bailey Isel. And Bailey Isel was a reach-in foul. She'll go the foul strike. We're going to whistle this foul on Noblesville Miller, 23, Grayson Wheeler. She has 2. And then free throw line, 2 shots awarded to Isel. She got the first one. 3.5 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. 68-50. ISIL will have one more. Got in the air and good. 68-51. They'll bring the ball in from the backcourt. Crossing the timeline. They'll get inside of Grayson Wheeler out top of the circle, and the final buzzer will sound, and that's going to complete tonight's ball game. Final score tonight: Noblesville Lady Millers 68, Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies 51. And we do thank you for tuning in. And I will mention games coming up. We'll mention Lady Millers, I should say. Lady Millers, they'll be in action 6 and 7:30 on next Friday, the 21st. It'll be Brownsburg right here with Noblesville, and Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies will be at home tomorrow night with the Jay County Patriots. Patriots will enter the game. I believe they're 2-0. So until next time, we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let it go and keep the fire burning.